And when we came in, it would have been wonderful to have had helicopters to get but now they've got these wonderful aids. But then we came back and captured Lay and Shaggy Ridge. The second time we had reinforcements, 270. We had about 265 killed and 300 odd wounded in our battalion. And then we went up to Morotai, up near the Philippines, and our job was for the 7th Division was to capture the oil field at Balikpapan, because it was the largest oil field in the southern hemisphere. And of course the Japanese were getting oil back through Singapore and China that way. And we had to come in on the barges, which wasn't a pretty scary old sight, coming in on the barge. I know but we were told that the Japanese had dug a trench and filled it with oil, and they were going to set it alight if we came in, but they assured us, and they did it. The bombers blew up every oil tanker on the land, and we knew that there was no chance of them having the oil. But I cannot remember running across the beachhead, and neither can my mates. They cannot remember, but I can just remember throwing myself into a bomb crater, and some officer saying, "We're on the wrong beach, move forward and to the right. We're on the red beach instead of being on yellow beach." And just then there was a Jap only about 2 metres away. He most likely fired at some of us, but he took his own life with a grenade. And all he had to do was throw it over 2 metres, and he would have been able to kill some of us. And I can't remember anything more of that day until about 6 o'clock at night. Of course, you don't have lunch. Lunch is something you don't get when you're in action, and it's only of a night time. And the night time is the most scariest thing, because when you're in your foxhole, before it gets dark, you've got to try and photograph in your mind what's in front of you. At 11 o'clock there's a tree with its top blown off, and at 12 o'clock there's a little bush, and then there's another tree with its blown off at 1 o'clock, because otherwise you can imagine things moving, and it's the worst thing that can happen. And of course you don't give your position away, you just sit with your rifle at 45 degrees angle with your safety catch off, one up the spout, and with your finger on your trigger, so that if any Jap did charge you, all you'd have to do was to pull the trigger. But it's a very scary time. And my mates used to say, I used to say to all mates that if I ever get through this war, I'm going to join the Geneva Convention and make a rule that we only fight between 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And so at least we can have a good night's sleep. Of course, we had watches, Walther watches, they're luminous, and you'd have 1 hour on, 1 hour off, all night. And that's pretty tough when you've been out on a fighting patrol and lost a mate or got a couple of blokes wounded, and all you've had was a third of a tin of bully beef and three biscuits, and you're just dying to have a cup of tea, which you can't do because you're not allowed to light a fire. The smoke could give your position away, and the mountain gun would open up on you.